Hey, today I wanted to share a little bit about how I navigate trends, not just for myself, but for my clients, and how you can engage with a trend but still feel like yourself. Um, if you didn't see, shells were everywhere this summer. They were on necklaces and earrings, bracelets and anklets, and the, the dillies that hang down when you wear sunglasses, and like keychain things, purse accessories, you get the point. As I started to get a million ads on Instagram for buying shell necklaces, my first move was to go to Etsy. If you don't know Etsy, it is a place for handmade things and vintage things. And one of the ways that I started my business as a personal stylist was by selling my wares, my vintage collection on Etsy. So it holds a special place in my heart. But the point today is finding a vintage interpretation of a trend is like the most delightful thing to me. There's no better way to feel like you are still one of a kind, you're still incredibly unique, than having something that is kind of like adjacent to trend or ahead of trend. Um, Frankly, even behind trend. If you're vintage, you're timeless. So I took to Etsy and just pretty easily shopped seashell necklaces, shell necklaces, and as I kind of learned more about what I wanted to find, I got more specific with my hunt, but was able to come up with two different pieces that I thought were both me and very special, that would help me enjoy this trend and not feel like I was just the same as everyone else. So I will show you these now. First one is the cowrie shell style. So it's the same that you may have seen everywhere, right? But this one is from a little Etsy store in Paris. So this is from the 60s. And if you can see it, it has little tiny micro shells on top. This one is like missing one, but I'm going to break off one that has two and then just glue it on or sew it on the other one. But this is fantastic. It's in still really good shape, and it's beautiful, and it's very, like I said, it's very on trend, but a little bit unique. I love that it was like woven. I love that it was Paris, from Paris, and yeah. So this got me really excited. It's very warm in its coloring, and I'll probably wear it with a top that is maybe coral colored. I don't know that I'd wear it with this because it's a little bit has a little more history to it than this little easy shirt from Nordstrom Rack. And then the second one is a real jaw dropper. So hang on to your jaws, family. Ooh. So this one, when I saw it, I couldn't really contain myself. Oh, I should probably show it to you. This is like I think it's called troncus shells. They're crazy. Do you see that? They're crazy. So it looks a little bit like Madonna's cone boobs, in my humble opinion. But I just thought it was so interesting. Such a statement. I love the V. I love like the hard angular line. That's part of my personal design. It really kind of obviously relates to the V of this neckline. So I might wear it with this together and kind of change the neckline by adding this more rounded one. But yeah, it made me really happy. It's like it got a beautiful iridescence to it. It's again super unique. This is, I think, also from the 60s. But yeah, like I feel like I should take it off. It's kind of intense with my other necklaces. But yeah, this is the kind of thing that really really makes me love vintage. It's kind of adjacent to trend, right? So it's like still seashell, it still has a cowrie shell on the back, but it's clear that it has history. It's clear that it has a story to it. It's in great condition, so it just makes me think of the cool nature of people maintaining the life of something. And vintage is amazing. As a former or as a present small business owner, I understand it's so cool to be able to impact someone else and say, that you were able to buy something that kind of goes directly back to a small business owner. So I love it for the individual. I love it for the community element of it. I love it for the history element of it. I love it for the sustainability of it. The fact that like buying vintage is so much better for the environment, and really like again from a style perspective, that is such a weird, cool, crazy piece that really would be hard to find today, like made today. So it's very special. And again, I'm just a huge fan of wearing things that relate to who you are. That's what I talk about with personal design is your looks, personality, and story. So I love that it has that element of a little like comical, a little bit scary, like intimidating. It has the history and it has beauty. So I really find those things to be of value, and wearing them, wearing pieces like that have the same qualities really affirms those aspects of me. So that's my little spiel for today, and I hope you got a sense of how you can navigate your own favorite trends with vintage. Okay.